Alright, so I've already smacked about a 1.5 pound ball of clay onto the bat. I hit it with some water. What I want to talk about today, what I want to demonstrate, is something that I've been talking about to a couple of sort of beginner potters, and that's coning. Coning can best be thought of as wedging on the wheel. And this mud that we're working with has plate-shaped particles in it. And what coning does is it sort of aligns them. You're going in a circle, and that's the whole basis behind throwing on the wheel is centrifugal force. We're going in a circle, but what we're going to do is, as we center this, we're going to sort of squish it at the bottom. It's going to come up at the top. We're going to control it. We're going to squish it back down. We're going to do that several times. And if you do this, you're going to feel the clay fall in line, and you're going to know when it's ready to open after a little bit of practice. So it looks like this. I work wet. Some potters work drier. I work very wet. So I get the wheel going at its fastest speed, sort of squish it down onto the bat and center it, and then squish it up and squish it back down. That's coning. What it looks like, I'm going to try and open my hands up a little bit more so you can see it better, is I'm sort of coming in at the bottom like this and moving the material in towards the center and controlling it as it goes up. And you're going to end up with something like that. Obscene, perhaps. And you're going to squish them back down. And that's coning. And you're going to feel the clay almost fall into line. It's going to get more yielding. So we're going to do it again. We're going to squish it in at the bottom and guide it up. And you really should end up with kind of a willy shape right here. Then you're going to squish it back down. The minimum you should do this before you start to feel it fall into line, I would say 3 times. You're going to feel it when the clay is ready. I've just done 3. I'm going to do 1 more. Willy shape. Squish it back down. Once it's, and I can feel it. It just fell into line where it wanted to go. And then I'm going to press the center with my thumb towards the bottom of the bat. You want to release your hand slowly so you don't throw it off. And that's what you end up with. And you fill that center that you just opened, not full, but you throw a little bit of water in there. I take these 2 fingers right here. And to open and establish the bottom, I press towards the bat with my left hand while guiding with my right hand, and then establish what I think is going to be the size of the bottom of my vessel. I go over it 2 or 3 times with my fingers, compressing it. Remember, clay has a memory. That's why we do all of this. And that's what you got. Now, you never want to leave standing water in the bottom of your pots. You can trust me or not trust me. The Thorsall has thrown many pots away with S-cracks because he has left standing water in the bottoms. Alright. We're going to pull. I'm really only going to do 3 or 4 pulls with this one because I'm doing a standard honey pot shaped drinking vessel, and that's a shape that I have practiced a lot. So there's 1 pull. I'm going to reestablish the rim, bring it in a little bit. And if you see any standing water in the bottom, you want to get rid of it again. I don't have any right now, but I'm going to make the base a little wider. I'm going to come up. There's 2 pulls. Again, I'm going to reestablish my rim. That's the part that's going to touch your face. So I'm going to be careful with that. I don't want it to be rough. I don't want it to be nasty. We've got a little bit of water in the bottom. Oh, this is a sponge on a stick. You Romans will recognize it. I'm going to do one more pull. And essentially this is shaping the pot. I've already got it as tall as it's going to be. I'm just reestablishing and reforming that honey pot shape that I'm presenting as my standard drinking vessel. Now I'm making the rim a little thicker, a little rounder. Again, that's the part I want to be really nice and smooth, because it's the part that you're going to put against your face when you drink beer out of this vessel. Romans. Getting rid of the water again. I'm going to take this, I'm going to get rid of just a little bit of the excess clay that's on the bottom. Not too much, because I'm going to do that in my trimming stage. And that's what we've got. And that's how you do that.